the November Mythology Sampler Box. I am Zeus. Welcome to the box.
I can't wait to show you all the beautiful things. And at the same time, people have been sending in giveaway items, so we will be doing several giveaways on the blog this month. Follow us on Blogger. Without further comment, let's get started and see what we've got in this month's box. Okay, first we have Artistic Yarns by Abby. She used Pandora's box as her inspiration, so let's see what she has sent in for us. She's got a beautiful little yarn here. It's got some burgundy and violet, and it looks like it's about fingering weight. It has some sparkle in it. I think that's going to be beautiful when it's knit up. We've got a little spider stitch marker there. Next is Designs by Tami. Tami sent in these adorable little stitch markers.
Good.
These have a little sheep with a halo and wings.
And halos. Haloed sheep. We had a sheep. He did not have a halo.
We didn't have a sheep.
We had a goat.
Next we have Handmade Hollows. Alice sent in this beautiful bat. All of her samples this month are based on autumn colors. You can see a little peep of green in here. And these threads, these are silk threads throughout. It's really fluffy, and she named it very aptly. These are beautiful colors that we just saw go away here in Colorado.
Alice, this is not hollow. It's full of fibery goodness.
This next one is from Chaleur hand-dyed yarn, and Jessie sent in one that she calls Phoenix Feathers. And I love all the different oranges mixed in with a few different pinks and strawberry reds and all these beautiful colors mixed in together. And this is a worsted weight yarn that I think would knit up really nicely.
Feels soft. Hopefully you don't get this one. I washed, there's no grease.
The Dyeing Arts. Tara sent in these beautiful fibers and yarn, and she used Eris, the Greek goddess of chaos, strife, and discord, as her inspiration. And I thought these colors were really bouncy together, the complements between the purple and the yellow, and then a nice balance with the gray, the dark grays, and the yarn even has almost a green in here. But I was really enjoying the fiber is really springy and soft. The staple is nice and long. This is superwash merino.
I don't hear any discord.
GloriaPatre. She sent in these beautiful little butterfly stitch markers, and I think Denny will get in a little closer there. These are nice big rings. These are better for your larger knitting needles, and they're nice and long.
And there's an Andy's candy. That's not going to make it in the box.
Our next contributor is With Pointed Sticks. Susan's inspiration was the siren, and I definitely hear the siren song in these beautiful little skeins. This one has mint and a dark, almost burgundy and maroon, some light violet, and this one's a richer version of that with some darker mint green, or maybe almost a Kelly green. A little bit of yellow in there, but I really thought this would be beautiful. These two would be really beautiful knit together. I would love to see them knit up into something together.
It's our neighbor to the north, Kitty Minecraft.
Kitty Minecrafts. Barbara sent us this yarn and fiber. Her fiber, she used inspiration, The Ages of Man, and she has bronze stellina in there with beautiful gold, silver, white, and this is super fine merino with the bronze stellina. And then the yarn that she sent in, she said that this is, the inspiration for this one is dryads, and she said this yarn has been fairly elusive to her, just like Little Tree Nymphs it's named after. Robin from the Dancing Goats sent us in spindles that we're going to include in this month's boxes. And we're also doing a giveaway right now until Sunday on our blog. He repurposed antique furniture for these spindles. And this one is a top whirl. But he also sent in bottom whirls. And he said these are a little bit heavy and that they would probably be good for plying. I think they would be fabulous just for spinning. I really think they're beautifully made, and I'm really happy to see his work in our box. Spinner's Cottage. Vicky sent in these samples that I didn't see until this evening. I decided to open one up just before the video. She modeled hers after Frigga's wheel, and she said it said that the Norse goddess Frigga had a jewel-encrusted golden wheel and spun the clouds. She's known as the mother of all. And as spinners, we honor her every time we sit down at our wheel and pick up a spindle. So she sent in these roll-logs that I think would be so much fun to spin. I love all the different sparkly colors, and I love that it's a dark jewel tone all the way through. And she said this is merino, silk, and bamboo. I can see the shimmer of the bamboo. Wildethyme Art. Laura and Steph sent in a beautiful bat that they've been wanting to do an all-white bat, so this month they decided to take inspiration from the Pegasus. And you can see she's got all kinds of different sparkly fibers in there. Corriedale, merino, lamb's locks, mohair locks, which I can see right here. Tussa silk, Firestar, and Angelina. Just thought those were really beautiful. Winemakerssister. Heather sent in a little Thor's hammer.
Hold still.
Stitch marker this month. Looks like it has a medium ring on this, and I love her stitch markers. They're a solid ring, and they've never snagged on anything while I'm knitting. I absolutely love these stitch markers. Willow Fairy Wool. This one's organic merino. This one's BFL and merino, and they're both in the color of Rand. This is the Norse sea goddess, bringer of storms and keeper of drowned men. And I love that it's kind of dark and stormy. And then she also sent in this yarn. She called this one After Dark. And it's wool and kid mohair. And I don't know if you can see. Let me pull that separate. It's black with a very dark green in there.
This one's already been spun up. Half the work. You gotta like that.
Symphony Fibers. Karen made all these little individual felted soaps, and I really love that she paid such close attention to detail. The colors are really beautiful on each of them. It's very fragrant, and I just can tell that she made each one with love. Now, for those that are sensitive to scents, I want you to know that we put these in individual cello bags that
Nice.
Wonderland Fiber. This colorway is a brand new colorway that I have, and it's not even listed in the shop yet, but it should be there within the next week or so. And I call it Zeus. It has gold, it has a shimmer of green and red, and I'm absolutely in love with this combination of Angelina fiber. So this month, Garilynn sent us a pattern called Raven. And because it is a 14-page pattern, she's included a brochure, and it will give you a code so that you can retrieve this on Ravelry and have it right in your Ravelry library. She uses size 10 needles, and she used worsted weight yarn. And Edgewood Garden Studio sent us in hand-pulled rovings, and these are mixed fibers, and they're pulled from a drum-carded bat. So you'll have a really nice woolen yarn that you can spin from this fiber. And they also sent in superwash, alpaca, nylon, and silk. This is after Iris, the Greek goddess of rainbows. FireFlyFibreArts sent in yarn and fiber and stitch marker sets. And what I wanted to highlight here, she did this, she called it the Thor's Hammer colorway. Beautiful silvers and gray in there with yellow and teal. And on each one, she included a stitch marker. And then she also included stitch marker sets and roving in the same colorway and a mojito mint green tea for everybody. Sparkle stitching. Sarah sent in 2 different stitch markers for us. This one is kind of an abalone shell. She called it a shell stitch marker. And then she also sent in these little ones that are a ball that I posted on our Instagram feed. I thought they were really beautiful. My Mama Knits sent us in this 4-ply sock yarn, and she used the Will-o'-the-Wisp as her inspiration. You can see she's got some dark, almost gray green in here, all the way up to a light, minty kind of soft green. I love this one. Wooliebullie! Brenda sent in these rovings that she was inspired by Medusa, and I really love the colors that she chose in this. And then Natchwoolly, her other shop, sent in cards that have beautiful Angora goats. Denny, you have to stop dancing. No, keep dancing. I like it. And Brenda also made sure that everybody who gets a box has a coupon code from her shop. The Woolly Lion. Kristen sent in these rologs that have beautiful kind of plums all the way to a caramel that has a baby camel in it. And I may have gone to her shop and bought some of these, but I did not buy all of them. There's still some there for you guys. I recommend that you go snatch them up because I'm tempted to go back and get the Laughing Lamb Fiber Company. Tian sent in Tussa Silk and Bamboo. So this is the Tussa Silk sample because I can't resist silk. But they have such a nice long staple length. You can see it's longer than that still. Longer, longer, longer. That's about the length of the staple there. So I'd say that's a good 6 to 8 inches at least of fiber for spinning. So you could spin this really fine. Snarky Llama Creations sent us in these little decals. And I'm going to set it here and kind of back away slowly so that Denny can try to capture an image of these adorable little vinyl decals.
Ah!
These would be perfect for on your wheel, on your carder, or on your laptop. I think these are fabulous little little vinyl decals. And you can see this is a business card size, so they're a fairly good size decal for us to have in our box.
Needs to be 3 times this big.
Plum Crazy Ranch and Fiber Art. Gail sent in several different kinds of fiber for us. There's different colors and different natural fibers, but I chose this one because I love baby camel. It is so fun to spin, and it's so fluffy and soft, and it still has a fairly short staple length, but I still think that would be a fun spin, especially if you blend it with anything else. It's probably 2.5 to 3 inch staple length, so it's still pretty good staple length for spinning. I love the colors of that.
I am sure no baby camels were harmed in the acquiring of this fiber.
Walnut Farm Designs sent in, Anita sent in this yarn, and I am enamored with this colorway. The purple and green with that rusty reddish orange in there. These colors sing to me. I love seeing them together. This is a hand-dyed superwash with nylon, and it's a sock weight with a little bit of stellina in it. So these are absolutely fabulous little skeins, and I did go to her shop, and these are listed already, but don't buy them all because I need one. Mama Jude's plant-dyed stuff. She uses all plant dyes, I love that she uses natural dyes. This one, she used indigo, weld, Brazil wood, and Osage orange, which Denny will probably tell you a little more about.
Osage orange, the ironwood tree, used by the Native Americans. Good for plant dyes, and the big, warty-looking fruits, bigger than grapefruits, are great to pelt your brother in the head with.
And she used Iris, the goddess of the rainbow. This is our second rainbow that we've seen in the box. I really love rainbows. And she used that as her inspiration. But she also sent in a giant skein of yarn that we'll be giving away later in the month, and some samples of yarn and some other samples of fiber as well.
Why are there so many samples about rainbows? I guess that's what dyers do.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is our November sampler box. Our newsletter will go out later this week, and the sale will happen this weekend, so I hope to see you there. Thank you for joining us for the November Mythology Phat Fiber Sampler Box. I encourage you to shop with our contributors because they have wonderful work, and when you touch these fibers, you're going to know you'll want more. Thank you so much.
Thor's hammer. You could hammer out one more art project.